The Lakers may have just received several major clues about their offseason plans. A new report sheds light on Jalen Duren's preferred destination, another championship-proven defender is being linked to Los Angeles, and an unexpected Ja Morant trade scenario could open the door for the Lakers to make another significant move. Before we dive into the details, subscribe to SkyHook Report for daily Lakers news, trade rumors, and exclusive updates. Let's get started. Are the Los Angeles Lakers about to watch their top front-court free agent target walk right into the hands of a Pacific Division rival, completely derailing their offseason plans before they even have a chance to make their pitch in free agency? This is the exact nightmare scenario playing out right now as the market opens, and it could force a massive franchise-altering pivot from the front office. We are looking at a situation where the Los Angeles Lakers may get an opportunity to pitch Jalen Duren, but league sources make it clear that absolutely does not mean they are leading the race for his services. Just hours after reports surfaced that the highly coveted restricted free agent center had scheduled a call with the Lakers, The Athletic's Sam Amick reported that Duren has a very clear preference to play elsewhere, specifically stating that the young big man very much wants to play in Sacramento. This brutal update significantly reshapes the Lakers' pursuit of one of the NBA's premier young centers right as the crucial free agency period begins. You have to look at the financial reality here, because the Lakers are actually perfectly positioned to make a massive splash and construct a dominant starting five. The Lakers are projected to have nearly $50 million in salary cap space, which is more than enough to meet Duren's reported asking price if a path ever actually opens up to acquire him. According to Hoops Hype's Michael Scotto, league executives believe Duren is seeking approximately $40 million annually, which translates to about 25% of the salary cap. Money, however, is not the current issue for the Los Angeles front office. The real challenge is convincing both the Detroit Pistons and Jalen Duren to make this deal happen when other teams are swooping in. And right now, Sacramento appears to have definitively established itself as the clear frontrunner. According to both Amick and NBA insider Chris Haynes, Duren has prioritized Sacramento as he actively explores sign-and-trade scenarios after his contract talks with Detroit completely stalled. Haynes made it abundantly clear on NBA TV that this is not some leverage play or negotiating tactic, stating that there is real, legit, serious interest on Jalen Duren's part to join the Kings. The roadblocks for the Lakers are stacking up incredibly quickly, and the drama behind the scenes is intense. Detroit remains entirely uninterested in pursuing a sign-and-trade involving their franchise center, which leaves the Lakers facing two massive obstacles. Detroit has shown little willingness to move him, and the player himself is laser-focused on Sacramento. Furthermore, Duren hopes Sacramento can work out a sign-and-trade potentially centered around three-time All-Star Domantas Sabonis. Amick reported that the feeling appears mutual, with Sabonis reportedly interested in the possibility of joining the Pistons. The Kings can offer Duren a starring role alongside their young core, while a Sabonis-centered package gives Detroit an established all-star if they finally choose to negotiate. Meanwhile, look at the state of the Lakers roster and why this is such a tough sell for a team trying to maximize its championship window. In contrast to Sacramento, the Lakers do not have an established all-star aside from Luka Doncic to use as an immediate draw. Despite having a massive breakout season, Austin Reeves was unfortunately not voted to the All-Star team due to an early season injury. The uncertainty gets even worse when you look at the other Lakers star, LeBron James, who remains a free agent with his future moves still completely unknown. James is heavily linked right now to the Golden State Warriors in what would be a dream reunion with Anthony Davis, leaving the Lakers' championship aspirations in total flux. While ESPN's Dave McMenamin confirmed that Duren still has a scheduled call with the Lakers after free agency opens, their involvement now appears more like due diligence than a sign they are actually leading the pursuit. As long as Duren remains a restricted free agent, Detroit completely controls the process. But based on the latest reporting, it is the Kings, not the Lakers, who have seized the early momentum in one of free agency's most intriguing storylines. If the Lakers miss out on Duren, what is the backup plan for a front office that desperately needs a dominant big man to contend in the loaded Western Conference? What if the absolute worst-case scenario for the Los Angeles Lakers, losing their franchise cornerstone in a single offseason, is actually the exact catalyst that allows them to build the perfect, tailor-made roster around Luka Doncic? We are staring down a timeline where the future of LeBron James is the primary headline, and all signs currently point to the future Hall of Famer declining his player option and entering free agency. James and the Lakers have basically had no discussions on a contract extension, opening the door to to a massive shift in power across the league. The Golden State Warriors are actively preparing to pursue both James and former Laker Anthony Davis, who is currently with the Washington Wizards but could be available for trade. These trade talks ignited after Draymond Green declined his $27 million player option, creating the exact financial flexibility for Golden State to make these earth-shattering moves, even though Green will likely return to the Bay Area on a smaller deal. As the days go on, it looks increasingly possible that James will actually depart Los Angeles, which would suddenly open up massive room for the Lakers to bolster the roster at other vital positions. If LeBron walks, the Lakers will have significant cap space to address legit positions of need, specifically at center position, and one major prediction has them making a massive splash. Bleacher Report's Grant Hughes predicts Los Angeles will add Portland Trail Blazers free agent center Robert Williams to anchor their defense.
Though DeAndre Ayton is said to return to the Lakers after opting into his player option, Los Angeles can absolutely find a defensive upgrade at center over the former #1 overall pick. Williams is a $48 million all-defensive center and a 2024 NBA champion, and while he isn't the most exciting player offensively, he is quite literally the perfect starting center for the modern Lakers. Hughes notes that while Williams hasn't been durable throughout his career, the Lakers probably care most about what he could bring them in the postseason: excellent defense, lob-catching prowess, and sneakily good passing at the 5. The fit next to Luka Doncic is what makes this potential signing an absolute home run for the front office and their championship window. Williams' sheer athleticism and massive 7'6" wingspan make him an elite lob threat for Doncic. We all know Luka prefers to play with big men who can aggressively roll to the rim and catch lobs, exactly like he had during his time with the Dallas Mavericks, playing alongside Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively II. Williams' rim protection is the core reason he is such a highly valuable player on the open market. The 28-year-old averaged 1.5 blocks per game in limited minutes with Portland in 2025, but you have to remember that the last time he was in a full-time starting role with the Boston Celtics in 2021, Williams averaged over 2 blocks per game and was selected to an all-defensive team. Letting LeBron James walk out the door would undoubtedly be a tough pill to swallow for Los Angeles, but it fundamentally frees up the cap space needed to build a sustainable, balanced contender. Robert Williams would immediately slide right into the starting spot at the 5, providing fantastic interior defense, along with being a solid paint scorer to complement Doncic's perimeter brilliance. The risk is obviously his injury history and durability, but the reward is securing an elite defensive anchor who perfectly matches your franchise player's offensive style. So the ultimate question for the Lakers front office is this: are you willing to embrace a rebuild of this roster without LeBron? And is Robert Williams the missing defensive piece to push a Luka-led team back into the NBA Finals?
Could one of the most stunning blockbuster trades in recent NBA history over in the Western Conference secretly be the exact lifeline the Los Angeles Lakers need to save their backcourt this offseason? The NBA landscape was just completely shattered when Shams Charania reported that the Memphis Grizzlies are trading superstar Ja Morant to the Portland Trail Blazers in a massive deal for Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray. Just like that, the Blazers find themselves completely overflowing with guards on their roster. Conventional wisdom reasonably suggests that having Morant, Damian Lillard, Scoot Henderson, and Jrue Holiday on the exact same roster gives Portland a massive surplus at the point guard position, to the absolute point where someone is going to be forced to relocate. This logjam in Portland perfectly aligns with a developing crisis in Los Angeles. If there is real concern inside the Lakers facility about Marcus Smart walking away after rising concerns involving the Houston Rockets attempting to steal another key free agent in back-to-back years, Rob Pelinka desperately needs a contingency plan. The Ja Morant trade might have just created the perfect one in Jrue Holiday. Chris Haynes reported that the Portland Trail Blazers currently envision a starting backcourt of Damian Lillard and Ja Morant playing alongside Deni Avdija on the wing. Haynes called it a very unconventional move that the franchise believes has upside, noting that Ja Morant finally gets his fresh start. But if Morant and Lillard are indeed the starters in that backcourt, Jrue Holiday's massive
massive $34.8 million salary immediately sticks out like a huge price tag for a player coming off the bench. Morant is literally the only player on the Blazers' cap books who is earning more than Holiday would next season, offering real perspective on how much money Portland is committing to a guy who might not even start. This is exactly where the Los Angeles Lakers could aggressively jump into the mix and land themselves an elite replacement for Smart in the event of his departure. The Lakers could essentially have Holiday replace Smart directly in the starting lineup, handing him the exact same role that the former Defensive Player of the Year was expected to have in 2025-26.
The on-court fit is absolutely undeniable, and Jrue clearly still has plenty of championship juice left in the tank to help this roster push for a title. Furthermore, the Lakers would only be on the hook for paying the former two-time NBA champion for 2 more seasons, including 2026-27. But executing this trade is not going to be a simple salary dump or standard transaction. The Lakers should not simply use their open cap space to fully absorb Holiday's deal and call it a day. This is Rob Pelinka's golden opportunity to ship players like Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Knecht, and even DeAndre Ayton out of town to restructure the payroll. Perhaps even Jake LaRavia could be involved in the mix to make the math work. However, there is a major catch. There should be absolutely zero interest from the Blazers in taking back DeAndre Ayton, particularly after they previously bought him out and created the path for him to join the Lakers in the first place. This means there would absolutely need to be at least one more team involved in this trade to make it a reality. If enough relevant partners can come together on a multi-team deal, the Lakers can rid themselves of contracts they do not love, bring back a proven championship contributor in Jrue Holiday, and still allow themselves the financial flexibility to sign players on the open market to fill other roster voids. Does Rob Pelinka have the leverage to pull off this complex multi-team blockbuster, or will the Lakers be left empty-handed if Marcus Smart bolts for Houston?